So here's what it's like to play against ALISON from Brazil.
Here's my item. I'll be back.
How do we get more of those burgers, Cody?
Oh, standard plays. That line right there. Look at 7-2 here.
Let's go. If you know who ALISON is, he won the gold medal in the Olympics in 2016 with Bruno. So I've watched that match, the Olympics in 2016 in Rio, more than any other match. It was awesome. It was raining. The crowd was hype. It was in Brazil, and Brazil won. So I remember I've watched that game so many times, and Italy was serving Alisson. So I saw him attack and I saw him do his thing. So when I got a chance to play him, I was like, oh, I got this guy. Like it was honestly one of the best experiences ever. Because I saw what he would do, and he would just hit it either line or hard angle. He would almost never dink the ball. When he did, he would show it really early. So what I told my blocker to do was just take high, hard line. Do not let him hit the ball line. If you give him a little bit of room, he will tool it off of you. Lucky my blocker was a big jumper, so he was actually giving Alisson some challenge. So what I did was I just stood in the hard angle, like all the way onto the line, like super early. I just showed it. I said, I don't even care. Just hit it at me. And Alisson was just ripping these balls at me as hard as he could. And we won the first set doing that. I was getting a lot of digs. I mean, he had some crazy angles that, like, even standing there, I couldn't get. And he would just blow me up. And then when he did a high line, I would see it, and I would actually run it down and get it almost every time. So that was super, super fun. He's a really good blocker. He's not getting up super high. I mean, he's getting up pretty high. He's like 6'8", but he's really disciplined. Like, I saw him doing some blocking moves, and he'll jump up and he like practices these moves. He practices just going, like, doing everything, and he's got some strong hands. So like, if you're not going to tool his fingers, like, he's going to throw it back down. He's just good at reading. My strategy at the beginning of the game, they were serving me, was to just hit it over him. And I was hitting it high off of his hands. And I mean, it worked the first set. And one of the times he goes into the net, we do a side switch, and he looks at me and goes, okay. Like, pretty much saying, like, it worked a little bit, but like, now watch, I'm going to start trying. And then he started shutting me down. He was a great sport. It was super fun playing against him. Even after he was really nice, we were taking pictures and he was giving us compliments, and it was really, really fun. I think he was one of the most fun people to play against. I'll make another video about playing Phil Dahlhauser and how that was very different. But Alisson was a super good sport. And just fun. I don't know. I think that was the match. If I were to play anyone, I think it would be him. I mean, Phil Dahlhauser was super fun, and it's Phil. But I've watched Alisson more than I've watched Phil, so that was just such a blessing to be able to play against him. And I played against him twice. Once in Manhattan too. In Manhattan was a little rougher. They beat us. Him and Billy Allen beat us even worse. In the deep sand, it's hard. The deep sand's hard. I need to figure that out. Anyway, that was my experience playing against ALISON, the woolly mammoth. This guy.